Welcome back. We've got one of the nice boxes from Smith & Wesson. Those of you that are Smith fans know that means this is one of their higher end models from the Performance Shop. We've got the Pro Series Compact 1911 9mm coming up next. I was very excited to get the chance to try out one of the Pro Series from Smith & Wesson, this little compact 9mm. I'm going to get the gun out of the way. We'll take a look at what all came in the box. It of course was well oiled and came in one of these oil resistant papers. We have the chamber flag that was in it, nothing underneath this foam. And in the top foam we have a second magazine, of course our lock, the manual and general information, warranty, etc. that comes with these. Let's take a look at the manual. Looks like it's our standard tricolor, but using real photographs, which is nice. Get that out of the way and take a look at the gun. So this little guy is 9mm 8+1. Let's check clear, of course, and it is clear. Stainless magazines, you do get two. They hold 8 rounds. Take a look at that magazine eject or release. It ejects. Now, one thing about this magazine release is when I first got the gun in hand, it was kind of sticking and the magazine was just barely coming out, and then it locked up on me and then the magazine release fell out. Fortunately, it's a pretty easy thing to adjust, so I fixed it at home. Just kind of shocked about that. So, starting on the business end, got a nice thick bull barrel there. It's got a full-length guide rod. No rail up front, keeping things nice and slim. We do have driftable sight. No checkering on the front of the trigger guard. You got to hold this gun correctly. And very fine cuts here on the front strap that are actually quite adhesive and work pretty well for grabbing onto. Now, they're not going to help you with that up and down, but side to side definitely holds nice. 3-hole adjustable trigger. There's our set screw. No billboarding on the side. Some fine serrations on the rear. These grips are plastic, but have quite a bit of adhesion to them. They're nice and rough and aggressive. Safety is extended and ambidextrous. It's got the rounded butt, which large-handed guys like myself appreciate. Also makes it a little bit easier for carry because it's not quite as pronounced of a big piece sticking out there. Magazine well has a little flaring to it to make reloads easier. Nice fine checkering on the mainspring housing. Extended beaver tail, keeping that hammer off your hands. And extended safety grip release. 3-dot sight system. Give you a look there. Slide to frame fit. Very nice and snug. It's definitely a well machined piece. An oversized extractor, which is always reassuring. And we do have a slight window there for loaded chamber indicator. So overall, feature packed, very nice gun, very nice fit and finish. Let's field strip it and take a look inside the gun. So to field strip, we're going to pull back until this recess mark there gets over our slide stop and release. It lines up, you push on the pin from the other side. Whoops, went too far. And pull this out. Your slide will now come off. Looks like we have a steel recoil assembly here. Dual spring, very nice. And this acts as the barrel bushing. We can knock that pin down and now bring our barrel out the front. It's a 3-inch barrel, very short. Wow, look how clean that is. Very nicely made. 80 series, that's our drop safety there. Polished feed ramp. It's pretty good looking. We can check our chamber fit as always with our nozzler match. And you can see there, not quite fully supported. Gotta have some room for the extractor there. So I'd stay away from reloads or potentially overpressured rounds with this gun. But if you've got a Pro Series Smith & Wesson, hopefully you're not using reloads. Take a look at our frame. This is their Scadium, really lightweight frame. Beautiful piece. Very impressively machined. Trigger on it, by the way, it's nothing magical, which is how I like it for a carry gun, which is obviously what this is meant to be. It's always been my thought that despite hundreds and hundreds of hours of experience, I'd rather not have a trigger be a little bit too light when I get into a defensive situation. So it's one thing for a range gun to have a nice lightweight trigger. However, on a carry piece like this, I'd rather it be a little bit heavier. I will show you what that total trigger travel is like. Just a second here. Get that all the way in. Not quite. I didn't line something up. So when you bring this back together, you've got to look at that hole to make sure that that dongle is hanging down from the barrel. There we go. And trigger. Of course, this has to be depressed. It's a straight pull as all 1911s. That's our take up. And brake. Reset. Very appropriate for carry. So this Pro Series is an 8+1 capacity, which might have you wondering why, if you can do something like another Smith & Wesson, the Shield, and have 8+1 capacity. Polymer frame, no external safety. Well, some folks just like the 1911. It does feel good in the hand. You are only getting a 3-inch barrel though, so you want to be careful what your choice for ammunition is, since it's going to have less velocity than what most defensive rounds are intended for, just like if you're carrying a shield. And if you want to see a size comparison, you line these guys up, you can see it's approximately the same size as the shield. Stack these carefully. So for those of you that are 1911 fans, this is a great option. I'm looking forward to getting this out on the range. Man, 1911s just feel so good in the hand, don't they? I'll do our full mag +1 test, of course the what's for dinner test, and run a variety of different loads through it, see how they perform with this shorter barrel. And then of course a quick field accuracy test of 5 shots from 7 yards using that Nosler 115 grain match. So thanks for taking a look with me at the Pro Series 9mm Compact from Smith & Wesson's Performance Center.